Hello, Al Pals. This is Big Al. Welcome to a very special Big Al Presents. It's the second annual Biggie Awards, the best of 2022, where I answered the question, Al, what were the best films and series of last year? Well, you're about to find out. I cover several categories in film and several in series, plus the overall winner. Let's get to it. Let's start with film. And the biggie for comedy film. What was the comedy of the year in my estimation? Violent Night, starring David Harbour as Santa Claus, who goes all Viking on a bunch of bad guys who are terrorizing a family at Christmas time. This one had me from the first scene. I loved it, and it will be a yearly rewatch for me at Christmas, and maybe once during the summer as well, just when I need a laugh. The biggie for drama film. Drama is not the biggest category in my watching repertoire, but I did see several good ones this year. And my favorite, The Fablemans, Steven Spielberg's film based on his life, semi-autobiographical. He changes the names of everybody. Fantastic performance by Michelle Williams. It also has an excellent appearance by David Lynch playing director John Ford. It features a score by John Williams along with some classical pieces. It's an excellent look into what made this generation's greatest filmmaker. Uh, an excellent film. The biggie for action film. Here I followed my roots and went with The Northman. That's right, I am part Swedish, so this one definitely harkened to me. Alexander Skarsgård playing a Viking who is bent on revenge. It features a very dark, gritty, muddy, and bloody scenes and film style. If you like that kind of dark medieval film, definitely one to check out. Also has Anya Taylor Joy in it, Ethan Hawke, and Nicole Kidman, and a great score that I think has been woefully underlooked, influenced by influenced by Nordic music, and it's just an excellent film and woefully underlooked. And the biggie for sci-fi film, of course, sci-fi is a huge category for me. And what did I think was the best film of the year? Are you expecting to see Blue People? Well, no. Prey, the latest in the Predator franchise, and a film that I think has breathed new life into the Predator franchise, in my opinion. Amber Midthunder gives a great performance as a Native American young lady who is trying to prove her worth as a warrior. Of course, great Predator action. And I really hope we get to see more adventures in this timeline and with this character, because they kind of hinted at a possible sequel. The biggie for horror film. This one may come as a surprise to people. It's one that I don't think a lot of people have heard about. Significant Other. It is from Paramount Plus, an original movie. It is a sci-fi horror film. If you like the alien taking over people in the woods kind of a film, you'll like this one. It also has a very fun sense of humor in a few parts. I think it was just well done, well acted, just a little hidden gem out there for horror fans if you haven't come across it. And the top film for 2022, the biggest biggie of them all. What is the best film that I saw last year, anyway? Top Gun Maverick. It was the cinematic experience of the year, and it was a near perfect film. Tom Cruise gives an excellent performance. Cinematography just outstanding. Uh, Seeing Val Kilmer return as Iceman, uh, especially with all the medical issues that he has had in recent years, just a beautiful film, top to bottom. And I think the biggest film of the year. Now it's time for series. Now let's see what the best in series were. Starting with the biggie for comedy series. What was the comedy series of the year, in my opinion? Wednesday. That's right. Jenna Ortega has done something I did not think she would be able to do, and that is have her name whispered in the same breath as Christina Ricci. Now, Christina Ricci is still, quote unquote, my Wednesday, but I think Jenna Ortega has done a beautiful job at making this character her own and bringing something new to the role. Tim Burton's aesthetic is everywhere in this show. I enjoyed it very much, and I think anyone who likes the Addams Family will as well. The Biggie Four drama series. Now, this one may come as a surprise to many. I chose Julia, an HBO Max original series starring Sarah Lancashire as Julia Child, and it is a look into Julia Child becoming a TV star and icon in the food world. I was drawn to this initially because I've always loved Julia Child, despite what my mother thought. My mother always thought she sounded like she had a mouthful of uh, excrement, let's just say, but my mother did not say excrement. Uh, God bless my mother. Um, just a great series, and I think it would appeal more to those who like Julia Child. And if you are a fan, I think you will adore this series. And if you just love a good TV series, this one's there waiting for you. The Biggie Four action series. Here's one that could have gone into another category, but I put it in this one. Cobra Kai Season 5. Cobra Kai has just been a solid experience since it started several years ago. I never thought that a Karate Kid series would be the quality that it has been. And this year, they upped the stakes for everybody. They brought back the bad guy from Karate Kid 3? No, yeah, 3. And I'm losing count. And Thomas Ian Griffith as Terry Silver, and just just changed the game for all the characters, and the stakes really got uh, seriously life or death. Um, I mean, if you have not watched Cobra Kai, you are missing out. And like I said, it's action, it's drama, it's comedy. It really does appeal to a lot of different fans. And this was a big one, folks. The Biggie 4 sci-fi series. And when I say sci-fi series, I also mean superheroes and all those kind of things. I really went back and forth on this one, and I settled on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I do not care what all those haters on YouTube have said. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a fantastic series. Ewan McGregor is the embodiment of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It had a compelling story, great characters. They introduced young Leia, who just, I mean, I can't think of any little actress who could have done the role as well as she did. They explained any kind of plot point that they never met prior to Star Wars Episode 4, and I think they covered it well. And in fact, in Episode 4, there is this little look that Obi-Wan gets when he sees her hologram, that look of familiarity. So you know, it could. I definitely think it, there's no issue with canon in this one at all, despite what some of the haters would like to say. The Biggie 4 horror series, probably no surprise here. Stranger Things season 4. Season 3 was kind of a mixed bag, but they got themselves back on track. Season 4 of Stranger Things was a just a marvelous experience. One of the shows that I love to binge. I want it all. I want it now, and I'll start in the morning and go all day watching this the show and what is happening to these characters. I love the fact that they used Kate Bush's "Running Up That Hill." That was a great song, and I'm glad it has got a bit of a resurrection. I loved the character of Eddie Munson becoming this new hero of this season, and I'm going to miss this show greatly when it ends after the next season. So yeah, the Biggie 4 horror series, Stranger Things 4. And now the biggest biggie of them all, top series of the year. What was the top series of 2022? No contest. It was Andor. Uh, just put quotes around the word perfect, and that is the description for this series. Diego Luna gives a great performance. The best performance, however, I believe, is Andy Serkis. If he does not get nominated for an award, I will be disgusted with the award system even more. So, Stellan Skarsgård also gives a fantastic performance. A great insight into the beginning of the rebellion, and when you can take a stuttering droid, which is basically a box on wheels, and make him one of the most compelling and emotionally heartwarming characters, bravo. Uh, just an absolute joy to watch from beginning to end. Um, I cannot praise the series more. Those are the biggest of the big ones for the year, but there are some other good things out there, and I limited myself to 3 in each category. What 3 films that didn't win a biggie, but are definitely worth your consideration? Avatar: The Way of Water, beautiful film, bit too long in my estimation, but a gorgeous film to watch. Uh, the Weird Al Yankovic story, a let's just say very fictionalized version of the life of Weird Al Yankovic. Daniel Radcliffe is definitely earning points with me for his acting chops. Just a just a fun film, really wacky. It helps if you're a big fan of Weird Al. I will say that. And for horror fans, and I mean hardcore horror fans, if you like uh, bloody, very visceral horror, then Terrifier 2 is for you. If you saw Terrifier 1, you know what I'm talking about, but this one takes it even farther. Art the Clown has become a new icon in horror, and I usually don't praise such a hardcore bloodfest, but it's a great film. Solid performances, and it's just so well done that I could not ignore its quality. So Terrifier 2, definitely. If you, but I'm like I said, I'm warning you. It's rough. So you've really got to like that kind of imagery. In series, we have Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Star Trek lives because of this series. Anson Mount is perfect at Captain Christopher Pike. I love the cast. I love the design of the new Enterprise. This is the design they should have used in the reboot that J.J. Abrams did. This ship looks more like the classic Enterprise, with a little hint of the refit. But it's a beautiful ship, but it is classic enough to evoke the original Enterprise. The House of the Dragon. If you're a Game of Thrones fan and had a bad taste in your mouth after last season, give House of the Dragon a chance. Great series, well acted on many levels. Paddy Considine, especially as King Viserys, the first gives a magnificent performance. And if you like political intrigue with dragons in a fantasy setting, definitely your show. And on Paramount Plus, we have Evil, which is a continuing series that's had a few seasons under its belt. Mike Coulter and Katja Herbers, uh, they play a group which includes a priest, a psychologist, and a tech person who investigate demonic possessions or hints of miracles, and they work for the Catholic Church. Uh, has a dark sense of humor and some great makeup and visuals, and you're never quite sure where it's going to go. And I really appreciate that series. Can't wait for the next season to come out. And I know I usually like to stick to the positive, but I had to do the one dumpster fire of the year because I just had to. Now, I'm not fully finished with it. It's still ongoing. And if you know, by hearing that, you probably can guess what it is. Oh, Willow, 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 what have they done to my Willow? Uh, they have taken what is a fun and exciting film, and they the writing is terrible. The characters I do not care about except for the ones we already know. I'm going to do a full review once it's all said and done, and I've gathered all my thoughts. But yeah, the disappointment of the year is the Willow series, sadly. Well, that's my review for 2022. The best and one bad thing. Oh, there were other bad things, but let's not worry about it. Just that one was so bad I had to bring it up. I hope everyone enjoyed this little look back into the past year. Were there many more things that I enjoyed? Yeah, of course, but I could go on all night and I won't. I'll probably have already gone on long enough. as I'm sure many of you may say. So I will end it here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Big Al Presents, I really hope you do so. More reviews, rewatches, and rambles in the weeks and months to come. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And share it. Spread the word as to what Big Al liked in the last year. I hope everyone finds something to watch that they enjoy, a series, a film, whatever. Find something and enjoy it because, you know, I just love a good film and a good series. So if you have any of your own suggestions, likes, or even a few dislikes from last year, I wouldn't mind hearing about them in the comments below, but keep it civil. Everyone take care, and until next time, goodbye.